Hi, I'm Louis, a full-time game dev in Hong Kong. Right now, I'm pouring my heart into a fast-paced action game called No Death in Wild West. You play as the Grim Reaper, slicing through a cowboy gang known as the Ripper Raiders. Welcome to my channel, and this is my very first devlog. Let's get back to where it all started. About a year ago, I was in my final year of university. Here in Hong Kong, we've got this thing called a final year project, a year-long project to create something big enough to get your degree. And I've been itching to make a 3D action game ever since I watched Danny's videos on making Carlson. Man, I miss him. Anyway, I want to blend the vibes of Shady Nights and I'm Your Beast to create a speedrun game where you zip around and kill enemies. So, I started with the basics. Walking and jumping. What's next?
Hell no, man.
Game design, for me, is about being smart with what you've got. Big studios like Rockstar can craft every second of gameplay with endless budgets. But for small devs like us, it's about being cost effective. Instead of scripting every moment, I want to give players the power to create their own gameplay experience, kind of like Minecraft. For my game, that meant freedom of movement. No linear paths. So I added a dash abilities that let you zip in any direction and a climb mechanics to tackle crazy map structures without worrying about fixing a million bugs. This way I could design wild levels and just toss players into the chaos. Next, I added enemies that shoot bullets. I thought it would be cool to make the player reliant on close range attacks while enemies fire from a distance, giving it a ninja-like feel. And then I throw in the timer to track how fast you clean each stage. Boom, speedrun gameplay done. These orbs that refresh your dash when you collect them. And I originally had the idea to let player move these orbs around to plan their routes strategically. Sounds cool, right? Yeah, I thought so too, until I prototype it. It was boring as hell. The planning parts take so long and slow down the fast-paced vibe I was going for. It's a total conflict with the rest of the game. If any of you have ideas on how to make that concept work, drop your thoughts in the comments. With the place your power-up idea scrapped, I need a new core mechanics that fit the high-speed chaos. Playtesters love the dash a lot, so I lean into that. Taking inspiration from my favorite game, not my favorite game. My favorite game character, Kenjin. I came up with the dash/refresh loop. You dash, kill an enemy, and then you refresh your dash with that killing and you keep the chain going. It's fast, it's fluid, and it's fun. Halfway through development, my internship boss checked out my prototype and was like, "Hey, you want to turn this into a full Steam game?" I was nervous. Could I really pull this off? But launching a game on Steam was always my dream, and getting one out just months after my graduation, that would be unreal. So I decided to team up with my boss to transform my little prototype into a full commercial game. And let me tell you, it was hell. The gap between a school project and a commercial game is massive. I had to replace all placeholder assets, untangle my spaghetti code into proper object-oriented code and localization for 5 languages, and build lots of setting menus. The core system is of course not super complex, but here's the thing, the real magic is in the game feel. That's where craftsmanship come in.
It's the disease of thinking that a really great idea is 90% of the work, and that if you just tell all these other people, here's this great idea, then of course they can go off and make it happen. The problem with that is that there's just a tremendous amount of craftsmanship in between a great idea and a great product. As you evolve that great idea, it changes and grows. It never comes out like it starts, because you learn a lot more as you get into the subtleties of it, and you also find there's tremendous trade-offs that you have to make.
Take the enemy killing mechanics for example. It started simple, just a basic explosion when you take them out, but that feel flat, so I add some slow motion. Problem was, slow-mo kinda killed the fast-paced vibe of the game, so I scrapped that and try a short time pause instead to really punch up the impact. Then I layered in some camera shake, swapped the basic explosion for a more detailed one, and throw in a cool distortion effect. The point is, making a simple game is one thing, but making a simple game that feels awesome to play, that's where the real work is. It's all about tweaking and perfecting that game feel from playtesters' feedback. Last week, I finally dropped my first free demo on Steam. It has 2 areas with different types of level, mostly about wiping out enemies, but some are checkpoint races, and also a final boss that took me over a month. This is where I need you now. Your feedback is everything. In future levels, they are explosive that you can slam, so far that trigger a dash when you hit it, and I'm planning adding more interactive items in the future. Honestly, I'm a bit stuck on ideas, so hit me with your suggestion in the comments. This is my first devlog, and I'm still figuring out this whole YouTube thing. If this video feels a bit rough, let me know what you are most curious about so I can dive deeper in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next devlog.